Do you know how many thousands have tried this and only a few have ever succeeded? And now a Metro Atlanta man wants to make history by climbing to the top of Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain.
It's going to be quite an achievement, and Tracy Hutchins shows us why his adventure is so positively Georgia.
I've always been a daredevil. That's kind of just ingrained in who I am. I've always been really competitive.
That may be an understatement for Austelle's Jermaine Middleton. He spends his days biking, sometimes 100 miles. Swimming, he does that too, often up to 3 miles. And hiking, hitting as many trails as possible. It's all training for an Ironman triathlon and 2 marathons. That may sound like a lot, but it may be nothing compared to his greatest conquest.
So I wasn't going to let anybody tell me that, hey, I couldn't do that or shouldn't do that, because we hear that like, hey, we don't do that, Jermaine. I'm like, yeah, but I want to, and I'm going to.
Jermaine, he plans to be the first American-born black man to reach the summit of Mount Everest next year.
I think it's George Mallory back in like 1924. He was one of the first people to attempt to climb Mount Everest, and he was famously asked that the why, and he said because it's there.
George Mallory's historic climb took his life.
Tenzing and I had been climbing together a good deal.
It wasn't until 1953 that Sir Edmund Hillary and his Sherpa made it to the summit and back down. Since then, nearly 1,000 people a year try to reach the top of the monster mountain. Middleton has his eyes on making history, much like the first American-born black woman to survive Everest. 34-year-old Sophia Dannenberg climbed to the top in 2006.
Whatever happens on the mountain, again, I'm going to give 110%. I'm going to give my all through training, through preparation, and on the mountain as well. So if that is enough to get me to the top, which I hope that it is and I pray that it is, amazing. If it's not, then, that's God's will.
I've never seen a black man up the top of
Jermaine won't be alone on his climb. He's taking Hope and Will with him. These 2 little dolls named Hope and Will. They're symbols of his partnership with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Dream Center. 100% of the proceeds from his climb, after expenses, will go to them and other organizations fighting drug abuse, homelessness, and sexual exploitation.
Me climbing to the top of the highest mountain in the world isn't going to solve those issues, right? But again, I'm using this unique opportunity to bring awareness to those situations, to shine a light on it, and hopefully get people to join me in fighting these different issues.
Now, for Jermaine, this is not just about raising money and reaching a milestone. It is also about setting an example and showing all children you can do anything when you have faith and dream big. Tracy Hutchins, CBS 46 News.
Well, it's an incredible undertaking.
It really is, and I'm glad we get to follow along and see this journey.
Can't wait.